What's crackin', movie trivia Schmoedown fans? It's your boy C-Dub, and today we got Corruption, led by Mike Kalinowski and Chance Ellison, taking on the Founding Fathers, led by the outlaw John Rocha and Dangerous Dan Murrell. This has been one of my most hyped matchups. The Founding Fathers are legends in this game, but I'm going with Corruption. You could call me biased, because Chance was a fellow fan reactor, but I'm rolling with them. I had them winning this tournament, so let's get this match started.
KO here we are, the start of the tournament that I helped create. Coming off of Inner Geekdom, I did what I said I was going to do. Guess what? It's all going my way. Because you play fair, you play by the rules, and things happen for you. Just like I'm going to be playing for that belt. It's spectacular.
Chance Ellison is a kid who was playing in these fan leagues. There are fan leagues all over the internet here. He played in all of them, he won in all of them, and the rumor has it that he's never lost a match.
Dan Murrell and John Rocha next.
Team Has-Been, you talking about? I ain't scared of Dan and Rocha. I mean, you got Rocha, he's got more failure in his match than the Captain Michael movie, and you got Dan who let Guy beat him. So, you know what? I'm not intimidated. Not one damn bit.
We see Rocha and Murrell so many times. They come down, they try to intimidate their opponent. What are Winston and Stacy going to bring to this table?
Well, John Rocha and I decided to call ourselves the Founding Fathers because we helped build the legacy of this game.
Horseman!
5, 4.
Ian McKellen and Orlando Bloom.
And your winners, by way of technical knockout, the outlaw John Rocha, Dangerous Dan Murrell, the Founding Fathers.
What I know is John and I are, we prepared for this match, and we're going to keep preparing, and we plan to go out, walk out, play every game, and when the game's over, we're going to have the most points on the board, and that's all we care about. Up Anarchy, round number 2. Mark Ellis over here. I'm Christian Harloff, and Mark, what a battle we have tonight.
It's going to be a doozy, Christian. We have the old guard versus new classics. It's like Young Guns 1 is playing Young Guns 2.
That's absolutely right. Listen, this is a thing that Mike Kalinowski put together. Well, we say Thad, but we know that Kalinowski was the one who put it
Pulling
together.
the strings, the puppet master.
And one of the things that it might have backfired on him was that inside of this randomized tournament, John Rocha and Dan Murrell, once foes, are now teammates. And they showed at their first match at the live event. They took care of business when they beat Stacey Howard and Winston Marshall. They did it. They got here. And Mike Kalinowski was also playing coy. Who's this Chance Ellison kid? Well,
never heard of him.
Well, we found out. We know who he is now. 7 questions right in the first. They fought well to get back against Rachel Silvestrini and Devon Stewart. They wound up winning that match. And here they are going into round number 2. But you said it. It's new guard versus old guard. Can Chance Ellison, can he put up a performance against two of the greatest of all time?
That's right, and John Roca, Dan Merle, now that they've had some success and they've experienced failure, they've had some hurt of late in the movie Trivia Schmoedown in general, can they come back, former teams? Certainly, like you mentioned at the live event, I flew 4,000 miles just to see them play, not since the Foo Fighters have two Fs come together so well. Now, when you look on the other side, Korruption, Mike Kalinowski, Chance Ellison, I'm a big fan of this Ellison kid. What is he, 9, 10, 11? He's a prodigy. He's like the Bobby Fischer of movie Trivia Schmoedown.
Well, we're going to find out. He was playing out in the fan leagues for a while, and he had never been beaten. So Mike Kalinowski recruited him, brought him in. Here we go. We have him in Korruption. But the other thing that we have, like, John Roca is going under the radar here, potentially player of the year. He won a lot of matches. He is now going up for the championship right around the corner here against Bibiani. And Dan Merle, I saw it in his eyes. The Dan Merle from 2 years ago seems like he's back. When I looked at he's hungry again. He wants to play because he's like, win or lose, he just wants to play the game again. I think when he came back, it was just kind of thrown back into what it is now. I think he gets it now. I think he just wants to play again, and that is, pun intended, a dangerous Dan.
Well, we're at the time of the year where you start thinking about Player of the Year honors, about awards, and if you're going to compare these two teams to current award caliber movies, I would say the Founding Fathers, they're like First Man, some of the first to ever do things. Korruption, A Star is Born, minus the romantic tension. Let's see what the teams themselves had to say.
All right. Founding Fathers, that's what we called ourselves when we built this thing. The greatest of all time. And the other face on Mount Rushmore. Coming together. We took care of business at that live event. You saw it. The man back from the dead took care of us. Answered all those movie release dates. I had to sit back. It was nice to sit in the back seat and watch Dan drive. Watch the new Merle Order drive this bus.
Here we are, gentlemen, round 2, where the tournament starts really getting interesting. And we, the fine fellows of Korruption, are taking on the Founding Fathers. And much like our Founding Fathers here in these United States of America, their ancient history, we got a fresh face on the other side of that table. I like having an inexperienced player, because you know what? Sometimes they work out, but sometimes they get caught in those lights, John. Yeah. And I like that we're facing somebody that just might happen. It's easy to be a fan of the game. Can he play the game, and can he play the game against the two of us? Right. That's what we're going to find out here today.
I get a lot of people asking me, what's it feel like, being in your second match, having to go up against two all-time greats in Merle and Roca? How do I feel? I feel like I'm fighting fucking fossils over here.
I've had just about enough of Korruption. When it first started, I was like, that's cute, that's nice. You handle your side of the business. The Schmoedown kingdom is big enough to let you live and let us live. But now you're coming up against the Horseman, son. We are the league, and we are going to crush you.
There's no weak links in the second round. There's no one. There are fantastic teams here. We came into this, some people are saying that they're the favorites or whatever, their history or whatever, but hey, they're great competitors. Not going to dodge them on that. They earned my respect, but this is where it ends for them. It's the end of the line. I don't look past games, and I don't look past opponents, and I don't look past what we're doing here today. But if we're lucky enough to win here today, and I get a chance at that other half of team action, oh, I can't wait for that.
Roca, Merle, your has-been, I am now. As in, I am now going to go with boy Mike right here into that ring, and we're going to beat both of you.
Kid speaks the truth. He does. Today is about looking at the past and then going to the future.
What did I tell you? An angry Dan, a driven Dan, a hungry Dan is a dangerous Dan. I'm so lucky to be riding side by side with this guy. We'll see what happens in the match.
Well, Ken Knapsack was the one kind of shooting his mouth off and saying that this is the team to beat and really pumping up the kid. And then Mike Kalinowski's a triple threat in singles, in inner geekdom, obviously, and in teams. So Mike Kalinowski's someone that you can't mess with in behind the scenes, in front of the trivia desk. He's always a threat. Now, Chance Ellison, that was his first match. What is he going to do, not just under the lights here in this big round, but big second round, but when he looks over and there's the former team champion, singles champion, and then there's the former two-time champion. Will he be able to handle it?
To quote Mark Wahlberg in the classic rock star, he grew up with pictures of these guys on his walls, and now he's one of them, or he may be beating both of them here today. Christian, what's the tail of the tape? Give me some strengths.
Tail of the tape for Korruption. We don't really know all the strengths of Chance Ellison, but we're going to go ahead and say we have 90s movies. There are comic book movies, and staying under the radar and just listening to Ken eat Taco Bell.
And going to summer camp. He's a child.
Yeah, the Founding Fathers, movie release dates we see was a strength. Westerns, biopics, and on the quest for every title, all the titles, all the belts, all the records. That's a direct quote.
One team is damn close to having their double ARP card. The other one looking to make a stamp in this tournament. Either way, it's going to be chaos. It's going to be anarchy.
Are you ready to get going?
Oh, yeah.
Let's see if the audience is ready to go. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Movie Trivia Schmoedown!
Surrounding us.
Introducing first. Led to the ring by their manager, the Pit Boss, Ken Knapsack, with a record of 1 win, no defeats. Mike, the Killer, Kalinowski, the Cobra, Chance Ellison, Corruption! Hey, there's Ken.
And Knapsack.
Yeah.
I believe he pilfered a whiteboard backstage.
These guys crashed live event. Kalinowski putting himself in the main event of the Spectacular, one of the main events, the Inner Geekdom. Got a title match, and there you have Chance Ellison, the Kid, who does not look fazed by this at all.
No, they look like they're pretty happy to be in a Judas Priest cover band.
And their opponents, with a record of 1 win, no defeats, and 1 knockout. He is the former team champion, former singles champion, and the #1 ranked contender, John the Outlaw Roca, and his partner, the 2-time Movie Trivia Schmoedown champion, Dangerous Dan Murrell, the Founding Fathers.
Really showed me something. Clearly, they've retained that focus here today.
And Dan Murrell, right now, the reigning movie fights champion as well as he sits down. And that might be a good omen because when he won his first title here, he was the movie fights champion.
You are just full of facts, aren't you?
He recently got that belt back. All right. So, Mark, our competitors have sat down at the table. Let us get to the rules of round number 1.
All right, competitors, please place your belts, your masks, any other paraphernalia you have on the desk, and we will get going with the 3-round match. In round number 1, 8 questions are asked to the field and to the individual. Keep in mind, in round number 1, you may not consult with your teammate on any question. It's an individual exercise. Every point you get will be added to your team's total. Each question we ask is worth 1 point. There's no penalty for missing a question, nor is there stealing in round number 1, nor is nor an actual word. I'll remind each team of your 3 usages of the JTE rule throughout the duration of the 3 rounds. If you're not sure you heard a question correctly, you need to buy yourself some time. Use the JTE rule. Each team also has 1 challenge to share between the 2 members.
All right, Corruption, are you guys ready?
We're ready.
Founding Fathers, are you ready?
Let's do this.
We're ready. Then let's get ready to Schmoedown! Full house here today. Full house.
Because when you ask the competitors they're ready, they barely warbled a yes. Are they nervous? Are they tight? Or are they sleepy?
Oh, no. We're going to find out right now. Here we go, gentlemen. In the category of comedies, Aaron Paul appears as Dwayne Johnson's former partner, Phil, in which film?
I auditioned for RB3's movie today. Didn't get it.
Well, it's
Didn't book it.
I made the call.
Didn't get it.
I made the call and told him not to
Are you a
guess.
producer on the
5,
Show me the Carfax.
3.
Central Intelligence?
Repeat the question. Aaron Paul appears as Dwayne Johnson's former partner, Phil, in what film?
You know what RB3 told
Central
me? He said
Intelligence.
his people will be in touch with my people. Can you believe that?
I can believe it.
Haven't heard from his people?
I own his people.
No.
5,
Not
4,
so much as a phone call.
3, 2, 1. Pens down. Mike Kalinowski.
Central Intelligence?
Correct. Roca.
I don't know. Central Intelligence?
Correct.
Play that game
Central
too,
Intelligence.
Kalinowski.
Dan.
I remembered it, but too late, because I said the other guys.
Oh, so
I remembered it after the bell.
All right, so we got 2-1. 2-1.
Maybe a little rusty from that long drive from Beverly Hills all the way out to where we shoot our show in Cincinnati, Ohio.
Rush hour.
On to action-adventure films. These are action-adventure movies. In the 1996 film Twister, the new device designed to gather data from tornadoes is named after what fictional character? You know what band unceremoniously broke up?
Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz.
Mighty Van Halen with Sammy
Really?
Hagar.
5, 4,
Humans Being, great song
3.
in that movie.
You still talking? 2, 1. Pens down. Pens down. Roca.
Dorothy?
Correct. Chance.
Didn't have it.
Didn't have it. Dan.
Dorothy.
Yeah. Mike.
Didn't have it.
Mike didn't have it either. So the Founding Fathers jumping on and getting a lead there. 3-2. Next question here. Dramas. Which song plays during the opening credits as Peter Fonda and Dennis Hopper start their journey in 1969's Easy Rider?
The tornado device in Twister named Dorothy, of course, in honor of the Golden Girls character.
5. It's true. 4, 3, 2,
Over the
1.
river
Hands
bend.
down, please. Chance.
Born to be wild.
That is correct. Dan.
Born to be wild.
Yep. Mike.
A man comes around.
Oh, and Roca.
Born to be wild.
Roca had it.
And whatever comes our way.
All right. So, next question. Mark.
All right. In the world of animated movies is your next query, and it is, what is the name of Bambi's rabbit friend in Disney's Bambi?
Good old Bamps.
One could say Bambi and her rabbit friend, Born to be Wild.
5, 4,
Oh,
3,
God, I'm good.
2, 1. Pens down. Dan.
Thumper.
Correct. Mike.
Thumper.
Yep. What's your name? Roca.
Thumper.
And Chance.
Thumper.
Yes. All right. 7-5. 7-5. All right, guys. Fantasy sci-fi. What 2000 sci-fi film starring Val Kilmer and Tom Sizemore follows a group of astronauts being terrorized by their own robot after their Mars mission goes awry? Use that word enough. Awry.
Red Planet.
It's awry. You said it right.
Yeah, no.
Not awry.
5. Awry.
Awry.
4, 3,
It goes
2,
awry.
1. Pens down. Mike Konowski.
Red Planet.
Yes. Roca.
Nah, Mission to Mars. That was a Mission to Mars.
Dan.
Red Planet.
Dan got it. Dan on fire now. 8-6. 8-6.
We move on to Scott Manson, Ben Bateman's favorite category, movie release dates. And your question is, Oliver Stone's historical drama JFK was released in what year?
1991.
We are going to go to Mars, and we are going to send Val Kilmer and Tom Sizemore
5.
there.
I'm trying to stop at 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, please. And John Roca.
I don't know. 1991?
Correct. Chance.
1991.
Yep. Dan.
1991.
And Kalinowski.
1991.
Oh, look at that.
A lot of games
I like it.
going on
I
in the
like
table
it.
right
I
now.
like it. But it's a hell of a game right now as we got 10-8 as we get to our next question. Horror/thriller, gentlemen. Horror thriller. In 1982's Poltergeist, who played the father, Stephen Freeling?
Wow,
They all
wasting their time there. Do you think they're going to act like they don't know the answer again?
Yeah, Roca probably will.
It's so entertaining when they do that.
5,
It doesn't waste time at
4,
all.
3, 2, 1. Chance.
Craig T. Nelson.
That is correct. Dan.
Craig T. Nelson.
And Kalinowski.
Craig T. Nelson.
And Roca.
To the Ben Bateman. 3, 2, 1. Craig T. Nelson.
That's correct.
Coach, great sitcom.
So, I mean, look at this. Founding Fathers here up by 2 points over Corruption, but it's a hell of a game.
12-10, Father's Corruption sounds like a discount gin brand. We move on to our last question in round number 1, and it is a Patreon question. Thank you to Jake Hammer, loyal patron Jake. Getting a round of applause. The Hammer.
Clap for the patrons, Chance.
Your name mentioned in future episode. Just support the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Patreon. Select which tier is right for you. Jake, big fan of family films today. Wants to go with the family films. And your question about this family film. Name the family film from the following quotes. Attention campers, lunch has been canceled today due to lack of hustle. Deal with it. Right, every time I heard that.
Tough question in the first round, I'll tell you that.
Oh, it's a good first round. Good
Great first round.
And they're scoring well.
Heavyweights.
3, 2, 1. Pens down, starting with Mike Kalinowski.
Is it heavyweights?
Correct.
Damn.
Roca.
Good job.
Chance.
Heavyweights.
And Dan.
I said the Sandlot.
Wow, tie game. Tie game. Founding Fathers had a great first round, but missed that one, and that is a hell of a first round as we have a tie game there. Wow, what a first round that was. Mark, how does round 2 work?
In round number 2, now the teams are allowed to collaborate between their members to come up with their best attempt at a correct answer. Each team is going to answer 6 questions provided courtesy of the Wheel of Doom, Justice/Fate. And today's wheel is a sponsored wheel. Kyle Gerbrand, he sponsored the wheel. His slices are Horror and Jim Henson's. Thank you, Kyle, for all your patronage. We also have one more sponsored slice. Those would be Kevin Smith. And if they spin Kevin Smith, we'll say the name of that patron.
All right.
Each category has 6 questions. Like I mentioned, each question is worth 2 points. If you're not sure of the answer, ask us for multiple choice. We'll give you 4 options, one of which is the correct answer, at which point the value of the question goes down to 1 point. Keep in mind, competitors, there is stealing available in round number 2. Christian got a lot of leather on one side, a lot of accoutrements on the other side.
All right, Founding Fathers, so you guys, would you like to go first or second?
We're going to go second.
Second. All right, so Corruption, choose it, and please spin from the wheel, not the pegs.
Let's go, money.
Grab the wheel, not the pegs. All right, that Jim Henson one is...
Kalinowski,
I'm fascinated by that.
And Alex, the PA, is cringing, hoping that the peg doesn't fall.
Here we go, as I apologize to our editor, Aaron.
I'm hoping they hit something they like, so
Looking
they don't have to spin again.
spinner's choice is coming around there, a little too hot. A little too hot. It could be Jim Henson, though.
Action Adventure. Action Adventure.
They feel
He likes it. All right, Action Adventure.
They feel good about that one, and I will be administering the questions in the world of Action Adventure 2, the Corrupt 2. And your first question of 6 in this slate, Chance and Mike. What Game of Thrones star played Pero Tovar in The Great Wall?
That's from Matt Damon.
Pedro Pascal.
It is, in fact, Pedro Pascal for 2 points. And they're off to a hot start. Your next question.
Fire here.
What film was Jean-Claude Van Damme's directorial debut?
The Quest.
Starring Roger Moore as well. 2 more points.
Having a good round here so far, Corruption is.
Next up, who plays the female love interest to Charlize Theron in Atomic
James
Blonde?
McAvoy.
Sofia Boutella.
It is, in fact, Sofia Boutella, and they're still perfect. Round number 2 as we're halfway through. Next question. In Mad Max Fury Road, what is the name of Immortan Joe's followers who are chasing Furiosa and Max?
Warboy.
That he was once a part of.
Warboy.
That Nux was once a part of.
Warboy.
The War Boys.
It is, in fact, the War Boys, and
It's impressive.
do we just give them the next points, or do we have to ask the question?
Impressive. That's how it's numbered. This is
Very good
5.
stuff here. Your penultimate question in round number 2. What real-life author does Paul Bettany portray in 2001's A Knight's Tale?
Shit.
Multiple choice.
Is it A, William Shakespeare,
No.
B, Geoffrey Chaucer, C, Thomas Mallory,
Thomas
D,
Mallory.
John Milton?
Thomas Mallory.
Chaucer.
It is, in fact, Chaucer. Give him 1
1 point.
more point.
It's all right.
And they have 1 more chance for points in round number 2, unless they steal.
Hell of a round so far,
Founding
though. Hell of a
Fathers.
round.
Doing very well. You got to wonder if the Founding Fathers are shaking in their powdered wigs. Your last question is,
Relax.
in 2004's Troy, who plays the main antagonist, Agamemnon, whom Achilles begrudgingly fights for?
Is that, Eric?
Brian Cox.
Very impressive round. That is correct. 3 more points.
So,
Do it. Sir.
all right, so Corruption taking a huge lead. 11 points here. 11 points, and the Fathers have to hit something that they are confident with here. And Roca, go ahead and give it a spin, please, from the wheel. There's the
Roca
spin.
grabbing it from the wheel. He looked it over a little bit. Trying to decipher how hard he wants to give a spin. He's been up at this wheel more times than he'd like to recount.
They need something that they're going to be strong.
It could be spinner's choice. It's coming around a little too hot. Is it going to be Jim Henson?
Jim Henson.
How do they feel about it? Merle giving a sign to spin again. And that is their mulligan. They're going to have to take whatever category they spin. Could be Jim Henson again. You never know. James Bond, clearly a strength of Kalinowski's. They would probably like to avoid that.
Probably will be.
And it looks like they're going to be coming up towards horror movies here, Christian.
Horror. Horror movies, not a strength of either one of these guys, so. Horror movies. Horror movies.
All right, horror movies. I know you're afraid of horror films.
Yeah.
Are you okay reading these questions?
I am indeed. All right, here we go, guys. Here we go. They might get some softballs, might get some hard ones. Here we go, because this one, I don't know.
Did you see The Nun?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. All right.
2 points. Yes, 2 points.
All right, here we go. First question in horror: who plays the girl who was possessed? Regan
Linda
McNeil,
Blair.
1973.
Linda Blair.
Exorcist.
Linda Blair.
For 2 points.
Okay. Throws up pea soup is gross.
Question 2: who played Candyman in the
Tony
1992
Todd.
film Candyman?
Tony Todd.
Tony Todd.
2 points. Next question. 4 teenage outcast girls pursue witchcraft for their own gain,
The
but soon
Craft.
encounter negative repercussions.
The Craft.
What? Supernatural
The
horror.
Craft.
The Craft.
2 points.
They're running through a category they didn't necessarily yearn for, but it's bearing fruit so far.
Here's question 4. In Bubba Hotep, Bruce Campbell plays Elvis Presley, who was forced to battle the evil mummy with his friend Jack. Jack claims to be which famous ex-president?
Jack Kennedy.
Correct. All right.
That is correct.
Or John F. Kennedy, if you want to be specific. That's fine. All right. That's what these friends call him.
I knew Jack Kennedy.
You will know Jack Kennedy. Question 5. Question 5. In 2000's Scary Movie, who plays the series' main
Anna Faris.
protagonist, Cindy Campbell?
Anna Faris.
Anna Faris.
2 points.
All right, they are within 1 of taking the lead or tying corruption. It all depends on this last question.
All right, here you go. How many films have officially been released in the Paranormal Activity
5.
film series? You have 20
5.
seconds.
5. 5.
5, 4, 3.
We'll do multiple choice.
Okay. Is it A, 3, B, 5, C, 6, D, 8? Let's go with for sure.
5.
5, 4, 3,
6.
Correct for 1 point.
Yes! And we are tied going into round
Let's
3.
go this game, boys.
Let's have some fun.
As we now see a tie game horror. What is maneuvering around that category? 23-23. Who'd have thunk it there with those categories as we now get to round number 3, Mark, tie game. How's it go?
This is good stuff right now. The founding fathers looking like Alexander Hamilton. Will corruption end up being their Aaron Burr in round number 3? Each team is going to give us a series of numbers. They range from 1 to 20. Each number you give us corresponds to a different category up here at the answer desk. Your first question is going to be worth 2 points. Your next one, 3 points. The last one, 5 points. Here's how it works with a team format, as I'm sure all you gentlemen are aware, is that the first number you give us, we'll tell you the category. You have to choose which teammate is going to answer that question on their own. You are not allowed to consult with your teammate for the 2-pointer or the 3-pointer. The 3-pointer is answered by the other teammate. You may consult with each other only for the 5-point final question in round 3.
All right, so founding fathers, please choose 3 numbers.
8, 12, and 6.
8, 12, and 6.
All evens, Christian.
All right, so for corruption,
What's the range again?
from 1 to 20.
1 to 20. Okay, so we'll go 16, 20, 18.
16, 20, 18. All right, so corruption will go first with their 2-pointer. And let's start here. All right, 16 is what you guys chose. And you got directors.
All right, here we go.
Who's choosing directors?
We're talking it
Yep.
over.
I'll take it.
You're going to take it. All right, here you go, Mike. Directors. Ridley Scott, David Fincher and James Cameron
Alien.
have all directed films
Alien.
in which film franchise?
Alien.
The Alien franchise.
That's correct. 2 points. All right. Now we jump to the Founding Fathers, who got category number 8.
All right, Founding Fathers. Mr. Washington, Mr. Jefferson. Selected category number 8. That corresponds to the world of dance. These are dance movies. Who would like to take dance movies, the subject you both adore? What do you think?
I guess I'll take it. Okay, yeah, you can get the 3. Yeah, I'll take the sword on this one.
John Roca
Congratulations, guys.
will be answering dance movies. And your question
Can I
is...
phone a friend?
Black Swan stars Natalie Portman and Mila Kunis competing for the lead role in what classic ballet?
Swan Lake.
2 points.
He loves his dance movies and the knowledge paid off here.
I got culture.
All right, we bounce back here to corruption. Now Chance Ellison will go with crime movies. Crime movies. Here you go, Chance. Who plays NYPD cop and friend of Freddie Heflin, Gary Figgis, in Copland? Five.
I didn't get the first part of that question. Can you hear it again?
All right, that's your first one?
Yeah.
Who plays NYPD cop and friend of Freddie Heflin, Gary Figgis, in Copland?
Stallone.
Correct, looking for Ray Liotta.
Ray Liotta.
Ray Liotta. All right, bouncing back to Dan Merle now. That's tough. That's tough. All right, so Dan Merle gets a 3-pointer here for number 12.
Which corresponds up here to my answer desk. The world of sports movies.
Oh boy, shit.
Movies with some sort of athletic ability. And your question
Come on,
is,
Dan.
in Remember the Titans,
Fuck.
who played
Hayden
Coach Yost's
Panettiere.
football-loving daughter, Cheryl?
Hayden Panettiere. Hayden Panettiere. Hayden Panettiere.
5,
Hayden Panettiere.
3.
Oh, JT.
All right. In Remember the Titans, who played Coach Yost's football-loving daughter, Cheryl?
Hayden Panettiere. Hayden Panettiere.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Yeah, Scarlett Johansson.
For
Hayden Panettiere.
Wow. Well, so back and forth we go.
Still tied, 5-pointers each.
I've seen that like
Now,
I don't remember that.
So remember the Titans again, coming back to rear its ugly head.
Haven't I missed Remember the Titans before? I gotta watch that movie.
All right, so Sam
Right
Levine,
movie,
it hurt
bro.
Sam and it hurt Drew, and now it gets dangerous, Dan. As we now get to Corruption, who's got their 5-pointer. If they hit it, they bounce back and force the Founding Fathers to hit their 5, or if they miss it, they give the Founding Fathers a chance to win the game. Here you go. Sandra Bullock. Sandra Bullock is your category. Sandra Bullock, here we go. Name the 2015 film that pits political strategist Calamity Jane against her arch rival Pat Candy, played by Billy Bob Thornton.
Shit. It's,
5,
oh,
4,
damn it.
3.
Repeat the question.
What the hell's the
Name
name of
the
that movie?
2015 film that pits political strategist Calamity Jane against her arch rival Pat Candy, played by Billy Bob Thornton.
Our brand is Crisis.
That's correct. Big shot there gives Corruption a chance to win the game.
But the Founding Fathers have a chance to tie it and send it into sudden death overtime. A duel, if you will. Your question,
Category
5
number
points,
6, right?
which you are allowed to collaborate on, does come from Christian's guest number 6. And it's from the world. You had dance movies, you had sports movies. Oh boy. Now you get romantic comedies. Sorry, crowd loves it.
My
The
curse.
Founding
How many
Fathers
JT
are allowed
rolls
to
are left?
consult.
They have 1 left.
All right. Gentlemen, your question. For 5 points and to send it into extra innings.
Can we get him to calm down over there, or is that...
No, he's not doing anything. He's just
That's fine.
excited.
Not you, fool. Nobody's looking at you.
All eyes on me.
Please.
So exciting.
Come on, let's go.
I would agree with that sentiment. Who played Ralph, the kidnapper, in Robert Zemeckis' Romancing the Stone?
Jesus Christ.
Never seen the movie.
5, 4, 3, 2.
We'll JT it.
Last one.
Who played Ralph, the kidnapper, in Robert Zemeckis' Romancing the Stone?
Give it a shot. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Danny DeVito.
That's correct. You
JT rule used into the process of neither team really having much to take with them into sudden death. It's pretty much their movie trivia know-how, their reliance on each other, but it's really going to depend on the strength of the individual as opposed to the sum of the parts now that we are here in sudden death.
All right, so as we get to sudden death, Mark is going to give the rules on how it works.
In sudden death, it's going to feel a little bit like round one, but the stakes have increased exponentially. This will determine the outcome of the match. We'll ask a question up here at the answer desk, and you write down your best attempt at an answer on the whiteboard in front of you. Each question is worth 1 point. Here's the kicker. If one team comes out of each question with a better score than your opposing team, you're going to win the match. So let's say the Founding Fathers get 2, Corruption only gets 1, Founding Fathers win, vice versa. Obviously there's no stealing, and there's no relying on your teammate for their knowledge in sudden death. It is up to the individual. All points you get do accumulate on behalf of your team. Founding Fathers and Corruption, I will ask the individual, starting with Dan, going down the line. You understand the rules of sudden death, and you're ready to play.
Yes, sir, I do. Let's do it.
Come on, Corruption!
I'm ready.
Ready?
Come on!
Willing and able to assist in the case of emergency.
All right, guys, if you're ready to go, here we go. And Corruption does have one last JTE rule. The Founding Fathers are out. All right, here we go. And I'm not going to tell you categories either. Here we go. Who directed 1999's The Three Kings?
It's a fun wrinkle, not telling.
That's, David O. Russell.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands down. Dan.
I didn't get it written down in time. I know that it's David O. Russell. I did not get it written down in time. I wrote down Spike Jones. David O. Russell, I tried to write down there. I leave it to your judgment.
Can't accept it. You don't have anything there at all, so.
David O. Russell.
David O. Russell.
Fuck. David O. Russell.
Oh. Wait. I thought you said it counted. You said he's the first.
Wait, I thought. I'm sorry.
Wait.
He got it right.
No, he didn't write it down. You gotta write it down.
All right, we are back, and much debate going on here. Phone calls were made, conversations were had. This is the biggest challenge we've ever had.
These are the quality checks that we issue to bring you the best possible game.
Here is the official ruling. I'm not doing this one. Mark, here you go.
I seem to do a lot of these, and I'm happy to, because I'm a fan of refereeing the rules, and at the Rules Summit that we had many months ago, we determined that in order to get a correct question answered in either round 1, the betting round 3, or in sudden death overtime, it's a timed question. So not only do you have to think of the correct answer, you also need to write down the correct answer in the time allotted. It's the same amount of time for every competitor. Just because one competitor is asked first to reveal their answer, the other 3 competitors are not allowed to continue writing. It's the same rules for everyone, and with that ruling, that does mean that Corruption will be winning and advancing to the next round of the Anarchy Tournament.
This is bullshit.
No.
This is bullshit.
And that's the ruling,
And
Mark.
with that, Corruption has advanced to the next round. Mike Malinowski and Chance Ellison will play against Mark Riley and Ben Bateman. And wow, I mean, that was something.
I don't see controversy in this match anywhere. He clearly had not written down David O. Russell in the time allotted. Now, obviously, you can say that Chance didn't write down a Russell the proper way, but it was phonetically correct. Therefore, the point is awarded. It's a tough way to lose a match. I'll give anybody that, but it is how they lost the match, and it was done fair and square by Corruption, who knew now they were going to move on to play in round number 3.
All right, we're going to get to talk to Jen Sturger, who may or may not be with the teams. We're going to find out.
We don't know who's showing up
right now.
Thanks, Mark and Christian, for putting me in this fun spot back here. Yeah, obviously, guys, I'd like to say congratulations. I'm sure none of us wanted the match to end the way it did with any kind of controversy, because I think we all want to win clean around here. But the rules that we ironed out in our rule meeting specifically said punctuation really doesn't matter as long as phonetically you spell it correctly. And there is no other, I looked it up, there is no Irish
I was going to say this.
David O. Russell.
I've dealt with this before with Frigga and Phrygia. I spelled it wrong and I pronounced it wrong. He spelled it right, pronounced it right. End of debate. That's it. I've dealt with this before. To see it go to that level, it shouldn't have gone to that level.
It shouldn't.
And that's why it ruled that way. It sucks, but
absolutely. We've all been there. We've all seen this happen, you know, and we've ironed out these rules for a reason in case these type of things happen.
First of all, you don't need to worry about us, Jennifer. You know I respect you as a professional. You're not in a tough spot here. We're happy to be here talking about this match, and what this is about is it's a check by the box. It's a victory. It's two Titans meeting, and that's what this was. And yes, by that I'm inferring that this is now a Titan of the game. This Wonderkin, Chance, coming in here and really showing what he's capable of here. And this is about a man who's had the entire league on his shoulders, in a way, exposing the corruption, what's going on. There's a lot of other things going on in his mind. So to have you perform like a champion today, Mike, it was a pleasure to watch. And I know the other gentlemen are upset. I know it didn't go their way. But at the end of the day, this was always about truth and destiny. And that's what we're here today for.
I can't sum it up any better than that. Hey guys, we're back with the Founding Fathers. Guys, obviously, I know this is not the way you wanted this match to go down. This is not how you wanted this match to end. I think we're all a little surprised and confused and are going to need some time to process this whole thing.
You're not the only ones.
But I honestly don't even know what to say to you guys. What are you feeling right now?
listen, first of all, if John doesn't pull Danny DeVito, we don't go to sudden overtime, and Corruption wins outright right there. If I come out with Hayden Panettiere on my question, which I missed, we win. If I write David O. Russell down in time, we're playing at least to another question. So, you know, John took us as far as we went in this game, and you know, if there's anybody that you want to look at for the loss, it's me. I mean, there was a lot of times where I could have stepped up and I didn't step up. John carried us in this game.
Don't say that.
John, you're shaking your head over there. What's going on?
No, Dan, you answered a majority of our round one questions. You did a great job. I mean, like, it's just, look, what do you want me to say? Yes, the Danny DeVito thing was a great pull, and it was nice, and it was fun, and I didn't even know if it was right or not, but I remember him being in the movie, so I got lucky. But this thing here, I was happy to let Dan lose the point as long as the David O. Russell, that's another heritage. That's a man from another frickin' island, okay? David O. Russell, O is another name. O is not Russell. It's a ridiculous decision, and to have it come down where it could have easily been, look, we'll take 1 point from you, 1 point from you, we'll play another round, and then neither one of us would have had a fucking issue. But it becomes a thing. You throw in the respin, you throw in the other ones that have been fucked in this game, and I'm just tired of it. I'm just tired of it. The rules change every 2 months. Oh, now it's this, and now it's that. I mean, I could argue Dan answered first. It doesn't matter what he writes on his stupid-ass whiteboard. He answered first, so he's right. He's not cheating off anybody. The whiteboard's supposed to be backup, so if you fuck up if you hear someone else say it, you don't repeat it and then cheat and get a point. Dan's not cheating. He should have gotten the David O. Russell. Then they could have gotten the David O. Russell. Then we still would have been tied and start all over again. That's the fair way to do it. So I just don't like the decision, and it's frustrating, and I'm very sorry to everybody I blew up and blew up on the, but I care about this game a lot. I worked really hard. I spent hours studying movie trivia to be good, to pull Danny DeVito out of my ass. I spent a lot of hours doing that shit, and this man does too, and I respect and I love him, and I hate that we lost this way, because I have no problem losing in an honest competition, and I feel like that decision screwed us over. So I'm sorry, Jen.
No, listen, the last time I was standing in this spot, talking to you, right here, I was where John is right now with this game. It had taken me down as low as it could take me, and I didn't want to come back and play it again either. I really didn't. And getting the chance to play with this guy is what brought me back. He was the first person to text me after that match to tell me how much I was going to come back and kick ass.
And you did.
So, as surely as I knew that he was right when he told me that I was going to be back out there, I'm just as right that he's going to get out there again someday too.
This isn't just a game for those of us who play, for put our asses out there, for you guys to make fun of, and for you guys to come see or support us. We work hard to win, to play, to do our characters, to do everything. You can see the emotion in his eyes, you can see the emotion in mine. I hate losing this way because this isn't how warriors go out. We go out losing on our shield, not by a decision. And that's my issue with it. That's why I blew up. I have no problem. You've seen me take losses and not have no blow up, not get upset. Just go, you know what? He was just better on that day. But something like this goes to the heart of the game and the competition of the game. And that's why we're both emotional about it, because we know one more round, we'd have been fine. If we don't get the answers right, game over. And I know Corruption would have been fine. Regardless of Kalinowski being a little bit upset, he's a good guy. He would have understood, and Chance was in too. So the decision was easy, in my opinion, to make. 1-1, we move on to the next round. So, I'm sorry, I don't mean to keep harping, but, you know.
I think it goes without saying that you two are two of the best, if not the best players we have in the league. And so much of this league is built on your shoulders. And I mean, it's hard standing here with you guys, because it's like you guys do mean so much to this league. And I mean, I'm really excited, John, to see your match coming up with Bibiani. And I hope that this doesn't sour the whole situation for you, because you do mean the world to this league.
I worked too hard. And I don't know if I'm going to do the title match, I'll be honest with you, because the shit you get from everyone, including competitors, including fans, oh, you're handed this, oh, they took away this, you're trying to do this, you're trying to do that. All those accusations, I have to hear it all in the wind. I'm just playing. People say, Christian says, you got to play this, you got to play this. I do what he asks me to do because I love the game. And I take the shit because I love the game. So, when people put it down, when people scoff, when people make fun of it, I defend it.
I love you both.
Yeah, like I said, I just look forward to walking out with this guy at the Spectacular and watching him win the belt again. That's what I look forward to.
Bibiani?
And who knows, if he beats Bibiani, I guess in the Spectacular, he'd be... First of all, I'm going to watch him go out and beat Bibiani. Then I'm going to walk out in the Spectacular and watch him defend that belt, unless I'm the one playing him. Because you know why I'd be playing you, John? Is because you brought me back. You helped bring me back from where I was, and I'm going to help bring you back. And this is not for show. This is not for drama. I'm not the character guy, as I hear a lot on every Schmoedown forum that there is. But I'm telling you, I've been here, and I know what it feels like, and I love playing with this guy, and I can't wait to help him remember how fun this game is. Because you know what, they played a hell of a game, and I had a great time out there today.
Ironically, sorry, Jen, Mark Ellis,
Gotta go blow my nose, guys.
who made this decision, you gotta respect, he's one of the founders of the game. I'll get over it. But Mark Ellis said this too. When Roka goes down, he always gets back up. So Bibiani, I'm over it now. I'm coming for that goddamn title. I'm gonna fuck your world up, kid. You jumped in on every judge question because you think you know better. You pissed me off, now I'm coming for you, bitch. Get fucking ready. No heels, no face. I want that title around my goddamn shoulder or around my fucking waist. But either way, I'm coming for it. So get ready. Get ready, you clown.
That was a plot twist.
Very, very emotional interview, very powerful interviews.
Heart-wrenching stuff.
Yeah, and all the way around, look, Corruption takes the victory. They are moving on to play Bateman and Riley in the next round. And I don't want to take anything away from those guys, so they played great. The kid played great. Kalinowski played great, and they're moving on. You got to listen, this was an emotional moment. This was a tough decision also for you, because as we moved forward, like you said with the Rule Summit, what we had, the rules are set in stone at this point. That was the rule. You made the call. I stand by your call. I agree with you, and I think that now that this thing goes forward, you look at it's the passion with what Roka and Merle play with. You saw it in that interview, what they have done for this league, what it means to them. And, you know, you got a chance to talk to John a little bit afterwards, and you can tell he's just fired up because this means a lot to him.
In this word anarchy, you expect chaos. You expect crazy things happening on the stage. You never want it to come down to a ruling like that in sudden death overtime, but that's how the ball bounces. And when you look at John Roca and Dan Murrell, we said at the outset of this tournament, who's going to have the best team chemistry could potentially let us know who's going to win this whole thing. Well, Roca and Murrell, we had no idea how they were going to play off one another. I think that match and that post-interview proved that they might be put on this earth to complement each other in movie trivia Schmoedown, not just with their knowledge, but also with being the emotional backbone for one another in the same way that Murrell, when he was down, looking at Roca and seeing what a champion, how a champion carries himself. Now Roca looking at Dan and seeing John Roca run the gamut of emotion during the course of a post-match interview. He's ready to throw it all away and retire and ride his horse into the sunset, and then he dug deep. He saw that resolve, a la Rocky, staring at himself in the mirror in Rocky 3, and now he's probably already doing wind sprints with Dan Murrell on a beach somewhere.
It's funny you said that's exactly what I said. They're Rocky and Apollo at this point.
We're fans of the film.
They really are. They have become really close friends because of it, and it's funny from where you watch where they went from as competitors against one another to legit, and this is like just as friends and how much it means. And Dan was able to talk Roca and just let him know his support is there, and I believe that when Roca is there at the spectacular, Dan's going to walk out with him, unless, of course, like you said, Dan being, playing him, but Roca's got a big step to playing Bibiani. He's got to play Bibiani, he's got to beat Bibiani, and now he's got the support. Is this going to hurt him going into that match because it's right around the corner, or is he going to rise above it, or is that determination to beat Bibiani going to do it? But I don't want to take it away from Corruption. They have advanced. Mike Kalinowski, Chance Ellison, the kid really came to play. He was the MVP of this game. And now we've got Corruption going up against who's the boss, Ben Bateman and Mark Riley, and that's going to be something.
Yeah, did you notice in the match, I don't want to say it was a passing of the torch, but a little ceremonial gesture of Mike Kalinowski to let Ellison pick the numbers for round 3 that they wanted to select. We end up going to sudden death and getting an all-time great match. And for anybody out there who thinks that really was controversial, you can go on the message boards, you can go in the chat rooms and all that stuff. Don't yell at any of the competitors. In the words of the great Oklahoma State coach Mike Gundy, don't go after my kids. I'm a man. I'm 40. You come after me.
Well, and also thank you to everybody. Thank you
I'm
to
not
all
40,
the
I'm
patrons.
actually 38.
All right, well, thank you, patrons. Make sure that, once again, sign up. Check it out. This month is the horror exhibition match, and you guys can get it for Halloween. Just make sure it's exclusive just for you guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank everybody. We'll see you next time. How's it going, guys? If you didn't know about...
Well, that match lived up to the hype. Did not disappoint. You know, at first glance, I was thinking he was challenging because he didn't write down David O. Russell, but Chance only wrote David Russell. Now, that's an interesting question. I mean, his name is David O. Russell. I don't know. I mean, that's a tough call to make. It could go either way, for real. I mean, I don't know what I would have done in that situation. I wrote David O. Russell. I don't know. That's a tough decision to make, but you gotta respect Ellis's decision. And I had Corruption winning this match. I got them winning this tournament, so I'm happy for Chance and Kalinowski. But you gotta admire Roca and Murrell, man. They're consummate pros in this game. They are the lifeblood of this entire league. So you gotta respect the shit out of them. And this match further states to me that Roca's gonna win that singles belt. Bibiani is awesome. I had the pleasure of interviewing him. He's a stand-up guy, but Roca's going to win that singles belt, and he will defend it at the Spectacular. I feel pretty certain about that. But yeah, this was an amazing match. Crazy, crazy, crazy. If you like my reactions, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, Christopher Woodburn. You can find me on Twitter, ChrisWoodburn83, Facebook, Christopher Michael Woodburn. And if you do Schmoedown reactions, trailer reactions, come join the MTS Fan Reaction League on Facebook. It's a lot of fun. So until next time, Mr. Boy C-Dub. Peace.